Hi, and welcome to South Asian Living. Today we'll explore the world's oldest civilization. Just how old? Well, we'll find out when we discover Pakistan. From its mountains and glaciers to its old and modern buildings to its arts and fashion, we'll discover the colors of Pakistan and find out just how modern this very old nation is. Joining me today is Basharat and Malika. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Loretta.
Basharat, can you tell me a little bit more about how old Pakistan is?
Well, it is an interesting question because Pakistan came into existence in 1947, but before that it has a very rich heritage. And we've often heard of the Chinese civilization, which is considered to be the oldest. But before that, there was another civilization which we discovered in the 18th century, and this was basically the Indus Valley civilization. And here I have some examples of the Indus Valley civilization. It is an old city, and you can see how well planned it is, and it had its own sewage system. And what else we discovered from the relics or from the ruins were these seals, right? You can see these wonderful seals. They were like basically existing 3,000 years before Christ. So this is a very old civilization. We also discovered in this civilization these Buddha statues, basically, and these are the pictures of the statues from there. And other than that, among the relics, I have this little dancing girl, it is called. And this is a statue of a dancing girl, and it is actually named as a dancing girl of Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro is the name of the city to which these pictures belong. And other than this Mohenjo-daro and this Indus Valley civilization, the Greeks, Alexander the Great, had come to Pakistani region, and we have another region called Taxila, and there the Greek civilization had flourished with Buddhism, and then came the Aryans, and then the Hindus and the Buddhists. So we have all this heritage, and then came the Muslims there, right? And the Muslims came actually in the 13th century. And because of that, we have a very rich heritage there. So we have all these cultures and religions existing in Pakistan.
Now let's go back to the Indus Valley. What was the population of that civilization?
Well, I think the civilizations which we have discovered over there, they are really huge metropolises. They are not really small cities or towns or villages, because we have found basically two cities apart, 400 miles apart from each other. So we can imagine, like, if this, the picture I showed you, if this is a metropolis, right, and if this is one of the metropolis, then the other metropolis must be as big as this. So we are estimating that maybe there were at least millions of people living in those two cities. Not just two cities, there are two major cities, but I think there's population right through in between, you know, those 400 miles people were living. So it is a huge population there.
I can only imagine, with this vastness and the millions of people living here, that's probably about 10 times the size of Hamilton's population today, let's say.
Certainly.
How difficult would it have been to live in these times?
Well, you know what? It looks to us that it was difficult, but, you know, I don't have the pictures here, but we certainly have, among the relics, we have transportations there, right? Kind of carts are there, you know, and they are shown in the museums. So we have examples of cars. So people were probably traveling from one place to another. So I think there was travel, and because of the weather, I think people didn't have to fight very much with the weather. And after, I think these civilizations were lost to us, soon after. Like, we discovered, I think they were lost to us just 1,000 years before Christ, basically, right? So they existed for about 2,000 or 3,000 years, and after that they just kind of like disappeared from the face of the earth. And then in that same region, once they were ruined, or they became part of the calamities of the weather and whatnot, we don't really know what happened to these civilizations. But after that, the Aryans moved into this area. So then we have other civilizations coming and living in this area.
Mm-hmm. Now, today's Pakistan is very different. I hear that Pakistan is the home of the 9th wonder of the world. Malika, can you tell us a little bit about the highway?
Yeah, the Karakoram Highway. The route of the KKH traces one of the many paths of the ancient Silk Road and is the highest paved international road in the world. It connects China and Pakistan through the Karakoram mountain range and across the Khanjra Pass. It was built by China and Pakistan. It was started in 1959 and was completed in 1979. About 810 people in Pakistan and about 200 people in China lost their lives, mostly in landslides and falls, while building the highway.
Thank you so much for showing us the old and the new Pakistan. Coming up after break, grab the kids. We have a treat for you. We have a puppet show coming up, so stick around for more colors of Pakistan through the arts.